Hey, fourth grade, welcome to Tuesday Math. Today we're going to add some more fractions, but first I want to do a little bit of review about simplest form. Now remember, simplest form is when a fraction can't be divided by the same number in the numerator and denominator. So for instance, 2/3 is in simplest form. But let's take a look at the next fraction, 4/6. Now 4/6 is not in simplest form because you can divide the numerator 4 and the denominator 6 by 2. So if you divided both of those by 2, which actually 2/2 is 1, that's why we can do it at the top and the bottom, same number, you're going to get 2/3. Now that is in simplest form. Let's try another one. Look at 4/8. Well, what can you divide 4 and 8 by? Did you say 2? Well, you're partly right, but the better answer would be 4. You can divide the top and the bottom by 4, and you're going to get 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. You're going to get 1/2. That is simplest form. Now today, in your math, you're going to have to put everything in simplest form. Let's take a look at what you did yesterday. You did a fantastic job in your math yesterday. I just want to show you a couple things. This is from page 565, but you don't really have to turn in your books here. So you did 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. Is that in simplest form? Well, yes, it is. How about this one? 3/10 plus 4/10 is 7/10. Is that in simplest form? Well, yes, it is. Well, let's take a look at this next one. 2/12 plus 6/12 equals 8/12. Now, you wrote that in your books. That's correct. But today I want to show you the next step. Is that simplest form? No, because we can divide the top and the bottom by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Simplest form would be 2/3. Now, like I said, this was perfectly correct for yesterday, but today you're going to have to put everything in simplest form. How about this one, 6/8? Is that simplest form? All right, you put it in simplest form yourself right now. Do you divide it by 2? What do you get? 3/4, and that would be simplest form. Okay, great. I want you to turn now in your books to page 567. This is exactly like what we did yesterday. Think of adding fractions. So if we're talking about adding like fractions, that means when we say like fractions, they have the same number in the denominator. So we're going to add 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. 3/10 plus 4/10 equals 7/10. Let's take a look at example 1. Pablo spent 2/6 of an hour on a jigsaw puzzle. Conrad spent 1/6 of an hour on the puzzle. How much did they spend working on the puzzle in all? Well, you're going to find 2/6 plus 1/6. Well, you already know how to do this. The denominators are the same. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. And 6, because you keep the denominator the same. Now my question is that in simplest form? And the answer is no. What can you divide the top and the bottom by? Can you divide it by 2? Nope. Can you divide it by 3? Sure. So let's divide this by 3. And what are you going to get? 1/2. And if you look at everything they tell you to do here, you would write 1/2. All right? I'm going to turn the page now. We are on page 568. Example 2. Find 3/10 plus 5/10. Well, you add 3/10 plus 5/10 equals what? You know that, 8/10. Now you're going to simplify it. So you're going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. I guess they did that up here, didn't they, for you? So when you divide it, it's going to be 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So your answer, you would write 8/10 equals 4/5. I don't really want you just writing the answer here. And then you can check using models or not. Okay, now let's take a look at the bottom, the guided practice here. I want you to do these two problems on your own, stop the video. Make sure you put it in simplest form. Okay, what did you get? Well, 1 plus 2 is 3. Keep the denominators the same. Is that simplest form? No, so you have to do another step. Divide it by 3, and you're going to get 1/2. That would be your final answer. How about this one? 2 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 would be 4/5. Is that simplest form? Yes, it is. All right, today you don't have as much math in your book because you have extra IXL. You're going to do page 569. So at the top, you're going to add each of these and make sure they are in simplest form. Right now in your book, I want you to circle the words simplest form. On the bottom, it says, write each fraction as a sum of a unit fractions, then write an equation to decompose the fraction in a different way. So when they say unit fractions, they want you to write 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 4 times. And then down here, you can choose your way to add two fractions that will equal 4/5. So you might say 1/5 plus 3/5 or 2/5 plus 2/5. It's your choice. So these are the unit fractions, and this is an equation. You've got to do that for each one here. And then for IXL, you're going to be working on more fractions and simplest form. Have a great day. God bless you. Do well. Bye.